Your Lady Buckaroos in a regional quarterfinal game. They're introducing the two teams to the fans on hand. We'll see if we can tune into the PA announcer and get you set. We're in Kingsville, Texas on a Tuesday night playoff volleyball on Rio Sports Live.
And school administrators. Without them, this game would not be possible. And now let's meet the teams. First up, the visitors, the Freer Lady Buckaroos. And now your Perlita Lady Trojans. Number 1, Perlita. Number 2, Megan Kinney. Number 3, Elia Garcia. Number 4, Briseida Maldonado. Number 6, Alyssa Nieto. Number 7, Julissa De Luna. Number 8, Maya Duarte. Number 9, Kerry. Number 2, Jasmine. Number 13, Modesta Garcia. And number 15, Alessandra Nieto. Your head coach is Priscilla and assistant coach Elizabeth Gomez.
And there's the meeting of the two teams. We'll have the opening serve coming up. Perlita takes on Freer, Lady Buckaroos, and Lady Trojans. This is Rio Sports Live.
Thanks for watching Rio Sports Live.
Rio Sports 5, number 1.
Hacienda Ford. Hacienda has it. Has what? Low monthly payments, a friendly buying process, and customer service like no other. It's simply a different way. It's a car buying experience you'll enjoy. With a huge Ford selection like Ford F-150s, Mustangs, Explorers, Escapes, the Ford Raptor, and a whole bunch more, buying a new Ford should be fun, and that's why we do it. Come see the difference at Hacienda Ford.
Hacienda has it.
Hi, we're Lady Vikings, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
At San Benito Vision Source, the optometry staff works around your busy schedule and take the time to answer your questions and concerns prior to a visit. Dr. Jaime Rodriguez and Dr. Laura Loki offering full vision examinations, diagnostics, and treatment of an array of eye diseases and conditions to keep your eyes healthy. Call the friendly staff today with questions or schedule a consultation. San Benito Vision Source.
Hi, we're Robert Bella's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
We are back here in Kingsville, Texas, and thanks again for joining us here on Rio Sports Live as we are getting set for the matchup here between the Lady Trojans of Perlita and the Lady Buckaroos of Freer. We've already had the introduction of the two teams. We've had the playing of the national anthem. And as the two teams meet out at the net, we are getting set to start this ball game. Lady Trojans will be in the red uniforms and the white trim. Lady Buckaroos out of Freer, Texas will be in the white uniforms with the blue trim. And we do appreciate you joining us here for the broadcast. Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the camera. As we bring you playoff volleyball, we want to thank the sponsors who step up for playoffs. In this case, the San Perlita Booster Club, the fishing tournament sponsors this year, raising over $6,000 in their tournament. And they have assisted us in bringing you this game here tonight, a playoff matchup between San Perlita and Freer. Some of the representatives this year in the fishing tournament that helped out in raising over $6,000 to support the San Perlita Trojans and Lady Trojans Athletics. Mustang Cat out of League City, Texas. Billy Girk out of for Everlast, and Gateway Lodge out of Port Mansfield. Serve across by the Lady Trojans. That is a near ace. What a play over there on the sideline by the Freer Lady Buckaroos. That was a play by Carolyn Hinojosa. Ball still alive. Buckaroos showing some tremendous defense out of the gate. Tip over that time by the Lady Trojans. Aaliyah Garcia puts it in play. First set this time for the Buckaroos, and a big kill attempt is saved by the Lady Trojans. Ball back over across the net, and it carries out of bounds. 1-0 Freer leads. And that was just some amazing play that time. Serve across by the Buckaroos. Lady Trojans get it over on the second hit. Right back on the Trojan side. A high set over the Freer side. They'll set it up, and a big strike across. Another hit attempt, that time by Hinojosa. Ball back up, and a high set off the net. Played over on the San Perlita side. Lady Trojans setting up, almost a miscommunication, and that's a ball over. Kinney there to pass it. A set for Megan Kinney. Reaches back, spikes to the cross. That may have been tipped. It is. Points scored. We're tied at 1 apiece. 1-1 the score. Next serve across for the Lady Trojans. Lady Buckaroos of Freer on the attack. Free ball coming up. Good pass this time. A high set. Modesta Garcia reaches back, spikes it down, and a point scored. Lady Trojans go on top at 2-1. Winner advances on to the regional tournament out of this. Good crowd on hand on both sides of this gym. Service time for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. Deep serve that time. Return back on the back row. Ball across on the Trojan side. Kinney with a pass. A high set, reaching back, spiking across, but out of bounds it goes. Too much on that by Jasmine Rodriguez. And it carries out of bounds. Back to serve as Cameron Cantu, the junior libero for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Sets that across. Kinney with a pass. A high set on the back row, still played over. Freer with a good chance here. A pass, a high set, left side, and a Hinojosa spike is down. Point scored. Freer back on top at 3-2. Hinojosa crossing through that front row. Got the kill. Another serve by Cameron Cantu. Line drive. Modesta Garcia to play that for San Perlita. Punch it over. Played by Cantu on the back row. Lady Trojans set it on the back row to Kinney. Tips it over. Played by the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Right side this time. Spike across on the angle. Karime Rojas back there to play it for San Perlita. Here's a Kinney attack from the back row. That's in. Tie game at 3 apiece. Megan Kinney on the kill. Fans watching this game, please share the link, if you will, on you're watching on our Facebook side. Help get the word out to other fans who may not know this game is going on. We're also on our YouTube channel. It's a lot of fans watching on our YouTube that can see it on a big screen TV. Whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Roku television, or on our website, we do appreciate you joining. Points scored for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. And they go back up on top 4-3 in this first game of a best-of-5 series. Race to 25 each game. If we get to 15, check that, if we get to game 5, it's a race to 15. Carolyn Hinojosa back to the service line, serves up an ace. Lady Buckaroos on top at 5-3. Hinojosa, a sophomore on this team, serves a short serve into the net. 5-4 lead, Freer on top. San Perlita's Megan Kinney will stroll back to the line to serve it up. Kinney, a right-handed server. A senior on this team for the Lady Trojans. Serves it across. Played by Cantu. They'll set it off the net. This is Lauren Avalar. Gets it over on the San Perlita side. Rojas there to play it over. Pass by Cantu again. A high set middle. Spike across. Dug by Kinney off that hit by Shelby Carpenter. Two-hander to the back corner. Played by Cantu again. Second hit over. Lady Trojans on the attack. Pass by Garcia. Set it up Rojas. Her first swing of the night. Kills it. Ties it at 5 apiece. Karime Rojas. Saw her during the early workouts for these two teams. Bringing an intense hitting style to tonight's action. Megan Kinney will now serve it up for the Lady Trojans. A line drive serve. Good pass that time by Hinojosa. They'll set it off the net. Free ball for the Lady Trojans. Ball still on the back row. Up to Rojas. Two hands it over. Pass by Cantu. The setter now is Michaela Uribe. Nice set and a kill. Down it goes. Freer back on top at 6-5. Lady Buckaroos on top here. Back to serve. Hannah Vieira gets it over. Diving play by the Lady Trojans. Garcia gets it over. Buckaroos on the attack. Right side set this time. Big swing and down it goes. A kill by Avalar. Lauren Avalar from that right side on the outside at the net. Makes it a 7-5 game. Serving away is Hannah Vieira. Gets it across. Another diving play on that back row by the Lady Trojans. Two-handed over by Rojas. They'll call that a lift. And Freer goes up 8-5 here in game 1. Good serving thus far by the Lady Buckaroos. Vieira to serve again. In the net it goes. Points scored. Lady Trojans of San Perlita down 2. Back to serve is Jasmine Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets it just across. Played by Freer. Second hit over on the outside. It carries out of bounds. Point to the Lady Trojans. 1 point game as Rodriguez will serve it again. Jasmine Rodriguez for San Perlita's Lady Trojans. Line drive serve, a good pass this time. A high set on the right side. It's going to be a lift though. And a tie game, 8 apiece on your score. Fans, we've got another broadcast going on Rio Sports tonight. More playoff action as it's the London out of Corpus Christi taking on Jubilee. Good action over there from Falfurious. Here we are in Kingsville. Right side spike that carries out of bounds. Points scored to Freer, and they managed to maintain the lead here in this game, making San Perlita play catch-up. Shelby Carpenter, a sophomore server, at the line for the Buckaroos. That's just across the net, and it carries through. Point scored, 10-8 lead for Freer. Carpenter got the benefit of the roll over the net. Will serve again for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Megan Kinney on the pass for San Perlita. Karime Rojas off the net, one hands it over. Good pass this time by Vieira. They'll set it up right side, spiked over, and points scored. Kara Carpenter on the kill. Misplay that time by San Perlita. Let that ball go. It probably carries out of bounds. 3-point lead. We saw Carpenter warming up, and she can absolutely come across with some big hits if given the sets. Rojas on the set by the Lady Trojans. Angles it over. Ball back on the Trojan side. Garcia puts it down. Points scored, makes it 11-9. Aaliyah Garcia on the kill. Garcia rotates back to serve. Modesta Garcia to the front row for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. 11-9, Freer on top. Serve across, a deep serve. Still on the back row. They'll play it forward. Free ball for the Lady Trojans. Kinney with the pass. A set right side Rojas on a curl, tips it over. One-hander right back on the San Perlita side. Kinney races back there, gets to it, Nieto puts it over. Ball back on the Freer side. This time they'll go back to Carpenter, right side, spikes it out of bounds. 11-10, San Perlita back to within one, and Carpenter just missed on that hit. Head coach Fran Adami, I had a chance to visit with her a bit before the game, talking to Carpenter. Bring that straight down, you get the easy point. Off the serve, that's an ace. San Perlita ties it at 11 apiece. Well, again, thank you for joining us wherever you may be watching these games from. Please pass the word around to other fans that this game is going on. Share the link on our Facebook side. If you haven't done so already, like and follow our page. Help us get our numbers up. Ball off the net. Freer gets it over. Lady Trojans looking for the lead. Set up Modesta Garcia, tips it over. Diving play keeps it alive. Ball back on the Trojan side. They'll set it again for Rojas. Two hands it over. Ball back on the Freer side up near the net. Block back at you. Point scored. Lady Trojans take the lead at 12-11. Modesta Garcia can play big at the net at times in some of the games we've covered. Back to serve. Aaliyah Garcia again for the Lady Trojans. Line drive over. Played by Freer. A high set for Carpenter. Readjust on the steps. That's in the back corner. We're tied. Nice adjustment that time by Kara Carpenter on the approach to make sure she could put that down in the back corner. Serve across by Lauren Avalar is good, and that's an ace. No communication back there on the back row on that serve for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. Freer back on top as Avalar will serve again. One of the seniors on this team. Line drive serve, back-to-back aces. It's a 14-12 lead for Freer. Avalar to serve again. Substitution checks in. That's Julissa De Luna checking in for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. We're in Kingsville, Texas on a cold Tuesday night. Serve across by Avalar. Good one. Good return this time by San Perlita. High set Rojas reaches back, spikes it on the angle, carries out of bounds. Freer up 3. Serve over, and that one carries out of bounds. Another point for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. They go up 4, 16-12, timeout called. San Perlita will talk it over. Back after this.
Quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Hi, we're Mackay Bulldogs. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Needing a treat before or after the big... Back here after a timeout by the San Perlita Lady Trojans. It'll be the Freer Lady Buckaroos serving up. Lauren Avalar returns the serve. Line drive over, played by the back row. Kinney races back there to it. Ball over by De Luna. Here come the Lady Buckaroos setting it up at the net. Carolyn Hinojosa puts it down. 5-point lead as Hinojosa brings the thunder from that outside left. Another serve for Avalar. Avalar ready, puts it across. Another deep serve. Returned by the Lady Trojans. Set up Rojas off the net, tips it over. Good coverage that time by Michaela Uribe. Ball back on the San Perlita side. Rojas again reaches back, puts it down. Point scored. 17-13. Karime Rojas tried with a two-hand tip first set. That time she just thundered one across. 4-point game as Rojas rotates back to serve. Karime Rojas, another senior on this team. Over, played by the Buckaroos. They'll set up Hinojosa off the net. Kinney there to dig it on the San Perlita side. This is over by Garcia. Ball on the Buckaroo side again. A better set, big swing by Hinojosa. Block back at you, Modesta Garcia. 3-point game. Serve coming up again by Karime Rojas for the San Perlita Lady Trojans. Line drive serve, good return. This time they'll set up off the net right side. One-handed over by Kara Carpenter. Megan Kinney gets it over on the Buckaroo side again. They'll set it center. This is a big spike by Hinojosa. Dug out by San Perlita, nothing doing. Too much on that. Nice kill by Hinojosa. Freer goes back up 4 at 18. Back to serve is Michaela Uribe. Uribe, a senior on this team. Gets it over. Good serving so far in this game. San Perlita returns it. Free ball for Freer to work with. A high set middle this time. This is Kara Carpenter. Dug on the back row by Del Luna for San Perlita. Challenge at the net, and down it goes. Points scored for the Lady Buckaroos. 19-14. Freer up by 5 here in game 1. Back to serve is Michaela Uribe. Knuckleballs it over, played by Garcia. A high set for Megan Kinney. In the net it goes. Points scored. Freer on top at 20-14. 6-point lead represents the biggest lead of the game. Back to serve is Michaela Uribe. Another good serve. Rojas with a pass. Racing over, Nieto tries to set it up. Modesta Garcia one-hands it over on the Buckaroo side. Second hit, that's a carry. And a point scored for the San Perlita Lady Trojans. Back to serve is Elisa Nieto. Nieto puts it over. Pass by the Buckaroo, still on the back row. Off the net to Hannah Vieira. Gets it over. Rojas for the San Perlita Trojans. Set for Megan Kinney off the back row. Two hands it over. Freer right there to play that. High set right side. Spiked across on the angle and dug out of the net for a moment. But in the net called on San Perlita. And the Lady Buckaroos score and go back up 6. 21-15 game. Freer, Lady Buckaroos on top. Cameron Cantu, the junior, will serve again. Short serve this time. Kinney passes it up near the net. Challenge there. Buckaroos all over that and go up 7. Another serve by Cameron Cantu. The libero puts it down the line. Garcia plays it. Kinney, and now over by Nieto. Free ball for the Buckaroos to work with. The pass, the set by Uribe. The right side hit across. Dug that time on the back row by Garcia for San Perlita. Two-handed back on the Buckaroo side. Another good pass. A high set by Uribe. Right side. Down it goes. That's Carolyn Hinojosa from the left. 8-point lead. Freer on top. 2 points away from capturing game 1 here in this best of 5 from Kingsville. Another serve by Cantu. A deep serve. Played by Garcia. Nieto sets it up for Kinney. Two hands it over. Pass by Hinojosa. They'll set her right back up. Spikes it down the line. Point scored. Carolyn Hinojosa. Back-to-back kills for Freer. Trying to close out the first game here. Up by 9. Back to serve is Cameron Cantu. Kinney on the pass for San Perlita. Nieto sets it up off the net. Two-handed over by Jasmine Rodriguez. Freer trying to put it away. Go right back to Hinojosa. Dug out by Garcia. Free ball for Freer to work with again. Hinojosa the pass. They'll set her up again on the left side. Tips it over the block. Out of bounds it goes. She had a good idea that time as that sideline was open. And when you're up by 9, 1 away from capturing, it's okay to gamble on that Buckaroo side. Lady Trojans serve it over. Buckaroos try to put it away here. Middle set, block back at you. Point scored on a block by Aaliyah Garcia. Lady Trojans have staved off 2 game points. A lot of times, the momentum you gain at the end of a game carries through in volleyball, especially going from 1 to 2 or 3 to 4. High set off the net. One-handed over on the San Perlita side. They'll cover that. Play it back over on the Buckaroo side, trying to put it away. Second hit over, in, point scored. Buckaroos capture game 1, 25-17. Timeout on the court in Kingsville. This is Rio Sports Live. Back after this. Amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at The Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6 on F Street. In Harlingen, it's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built the reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Back here as we are in Kingsville on a Tuesday night. High school volleyball at the 2A level between San Perlita, the Lady Trojans, and the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Lady Buckaroos captured the first one at 25-17. Tremendous hitting that time across the board for Kara Carpenter, Carolyn Hinojosa. Serving was in place. The setting by Michaela Uribe led to the 8-point victory. Now as we start game two, the Lady Buckaroos will be serving. And away we go. Line drive serve is an ace. 1-0 Buckaroos on top. Slipping that across was Lauren Avalar. Avalar ready to serve again for the Lady Buckaroos. Line drive serve, that's another ace. Back-to-back aces to start game two. It's a 2-0 lead for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Another serve for Avalar. Good points scored while she served in game one. Starts off with a couple of aces. This serve is at least returned. Free ball coming up. Good chance for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Here's the first hit of this second game. Carolyn Hinojosa picks up where she left off in game one. Puts that one away. 3-0 lead. You can see the confidence for this Freer Lady Buckaroo team elevating after that game one victory. Lauren Avalar to serve it again. Kinney, that's another ace. 4-0 Freer out of the gate to start game two. And Avalar is certainly producing this trip through on the service line. Another serve coming across. High arcer this time. Garcia the pass. They'll set it up off the net. One-handed easily over. Play by the Buckaroos. They'll set it on the back row. One-handed over by Hinojosa. Ball back on the San Perlita side. Right back at you on the Buckaroo side. High set right side. Spike across. Nice dig that time by the Lady Trojans. Free ball again for the Buckaroos. They're mounting a lot of offense here. Tip across. This time covered by the Lady Trojans. Trying to set some offense up. Kinney two-hands it over on the angle. Played this time by Carpenter. Then a lift is called in the net. Point scored San Perlita. That gets Lauren Avalar off the line. Scores a point for the Lady Trojans, and back to serve is Megan Kinney. Kinney will serve it up for San Perlita. It was a close game in game one until we got to about 13. At that point, the Freer Lady Buckaroos took control of the lead and put it away. Point scored for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita as Megan Kinney serves up their second point of the game. Kinney will serve again. Just across, that's an ace. 4-3 game, San Perlita coming back here in game two. Megan Kinney with a chance now to serve for the tie for the Lady Trojans. One of the many seniors on this team is the senior heavy ball club. Gets that one just across. Good dig that time by Cameron Cantu. Spike across and a big kill down the line. Carolyn Hinojosa. Freer back on top by 2. When needed, Hinojosa and Carpenter have brought the thunder for this Freer Lady Buckaroo team so far tonight. Pass this time, tipped over by Jasmine Rodriguez. Ball back on the San Perlita side. Rojas the pass. Garcia sets up Karime Rojas. Spikes it, a nice dig on that back row. That's Lauren Garza keeping the ball alive. Ball back over by Cantu. Trojans set it up middle. Megan Kinney gets it off the net. Nice dig that time. Now they'll go for the set to Hinojosa. Off the block. Kinney there to tip it. From the back row, free ball for the Lady Buckaroos. Ball back on the San Perlita side. Kinney gets it in the air. Garcia to Rojas. Tips it over. Nice dig again, but points scored. San Perlita. Karime Rojas on the kill. Makes it a 5-4 game. Back to serve is Jasmine Rodriguez for the San Perlita Lady Trojans. Rodriguez serves it across. Pass by the Buckaroos. Free ball for San Perlita. Pass in the direction of Nieto. Sets it up. Garcia tips it over. Punched up by Hannah Vieira. Right side, Vieira gets it over. Down the sideline. Found a spot. Scores the point. 6-4 Lady Buckaroos on top. They've led start to finish here in the early stages of game 2 after winning game 1 by 8. San Perlita trying to set up the offense. Right side Garcia spikes it across. Back row, that's in. Aaliyah Garcia on the kill. Six-5 ball game. Aaliyah Garcia back to the service line for San Perlita's Lady Trojans. Trying to tie it up. Pass by Cameron Cantu. Set off the net, played by San Perlita, chance to tie it up. A set right side Rojas across. Another dig on that back row by Lauren Garza. Tip across, ball spins off the net, still alive. Challenge there and punched in the air. Ball on the Buckaroo side, near the net, dug out there. One-handed into the net, points scored, and we're tied at 6 apiece. That ball did some crazy stuff during that rally, including that English shot as it spun down the net. Garcia another serve. Lady Buckaroos trying to set it up off the net, spiked across on the angle, out of bounds it goes. Shelby Carpenter went for the angle, carried it out, too much on that. 7-6 lead for San Perlita. Aaliyah Garcia back at the service line. Her team now up. Ball back on the San Perlita side on the return of serve. Megan Kinney eases that over. Good pass, a high set. Here's Carolyn Hinojosa, another kill. If they can get the pass, they certainly have the hitting capabilities in Carolyn Hinojosa and Kara Carpenter. And now checking in Lauren Avalar. All three capable hitters coming across that front row for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Off the front row is Hinojosa. She'll now serve. Gets it across. Lady Trojans set it up to Karime Rojas. Look for the angle. That's too strong, out of bounds. Freer back on top at 8-7. Hinojosa to serve again. Lady Trojans on the return of serve. Megan Kinney from the back row, looking for the back corner. Hinojosa there to cover that. Middle hit. Megan Kinney the pass. They'll set her again. This time she reaches back, spikes it off the block. Ball back over. Kinney again in the play. They'll set up Rojas, right side, spikes it down and in. Tie game at 8 apiece. Karime Rojas on the kill. She'll now rotate back to serve. San Perlita trailed 4-0 out of the gate here in this game. Rojas serves, looking for the lead. Deep serve, ace. 9-8 San Perlita on top. Lady Buckaroos, all that confidence they had coming out of game 1 carried through to the start of game 2. Right now things have settled in. Rojas to serve again for the Lady Trojans. Pass on the back row, racing down there to help out was Uribe, just to keep that ball in play. San Perlita set up Rojas on the back row, kill, and down it goes, point scored. 10-8, San Perlita on top by a couple. Coach Fran Adame up off the bench, making sure her troops understand how to approach this defensively. Rojas to serve again for San Perlita. Deep serve, back corner. Pass by Hinojosa. They'll set it up right sides. Hit across is in the net, called on Modesta Garcia. Freer scores the point. Back to within one, the Lady Buckaroos. Fans watching our game, be sure you share the link. Help fans out there that don't know this game is going on our broadcast to be able to enjoy this game that couldn't make it here in person. 10-10 ball game, as that was an ace served up by Hannah Vieira. Vieira will serve again. High arcer played by the Lady Trojans. A good pass up near the net. Second hit over. Freer now sets it off the net. Spiked across, point scored. Lady Bucks back on top at 11-10. Vieira will serve again. Right-handed server gets that across. Pass by San Perlita. Spiked across by Megan Kinney. That's too strong out of bounds. We'll check that. They'll call that a tip ball. Award the point to San Perlita. We're tied at 11 apiece. Serving now, Alyssa Nieto. Nieto, right-handed server, gets it over. Played by the Lady Buckaroos. Now San Perlita on the attack. Free ball, though, for the Buckaroos. Right on the money with a pass. Set up this time by Lauren Avalar. Back at you on a block. San Perlita on top, 12-11. It was right here at this scoring venture that Freer reached back for a little extra in game one and took control. Lady Trojans trying to even things up here on the series. Right side set for Shelby Carpenter. Kinney there to punch that up for the San Perlita Lady Trojans. Rodriguez tips it over. That's two hits called. Normally when you see Jasmine Rodriguez, she can approach with a much more eager hitting approach. That time just went for trying to place it in the right spot versus reaching back for the hit. There's an ace served up. Lady Buckaroos on top one at 13-12. Again, it was here in game one at this scoring mark that Freer took a close game and won by 8. This serve across. Megan Kinney on the return. Modesta Garcia to help her out. Rojas puts it over. Buckaroos. Good pass up near the net. Two-handed over. Kinney to Nieto. Sets up Rodriguez. Reaches back and out of bounds on the back row. Went for the big hit that time. Had too much on it by Jasmine Rodriguez. 2-point lead for Freer. Vieira to serve again. Check that this is Shelby Carpenter. Over, played by San Perlita, nothing doing. That's an ace. 3-point lead. Lady Buckaroos with the lead. Shelby Carpenter to serve again. Carpenter, a sophomore on this team. There's a lot of sophomores on this team. A young squad, but producing right now. Kinney on the back row for San Perlita. Puts it over. The pass in the direction of Uribe. Sets it up. Big swing. Nice dig that time on the back row by Rojas. Another free ball coming up for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Second hit over. High set. Megan Kinney off the back row. Spikes it down and in. Point scored. Megan Kinney coming off that middle back row. Approached and got the kill. Modesta Garcia back at the service line for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. Garcia. Deep serve, carries out of bounds. Service there, opens up a 3-point lead for the Buckaroos. Lauren Avalar back to serve, and the bigger picture is Carolyn Hinojosa rotates back on the front row as one of the primary hitters outside left for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Avalar to serve it up. Deep serve, played by Garza. Ball over on the Freer side. Still on the back row. They'll maintain control of that ball. Free ball for San Perlita. Got to take advantage of these if you're in the red and white. Spike across by Kinney. Nice dig and a good pass by Avalar. Set it up middle of the net. Kinney there for San Perlita again. Set her up on the left side. Spikes it down. Point scored. Lady Trojans are within 2 at 16-14. Megan Kinney rotates back to serve. Right-handed server for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. Kinney gets that over. Pass by Cantu, a high set, this time a hit by Hinojosa. Dug by the San Perlita Lady Trojan defense. Back on the Freer side, a good pass, a high set. Here's Hinojosa again, reaches back and got the kill. Buckaroos up 3 at 17-14. Hinojosa, once she rotated forward, truly brings another level of hitting. It's not that they don't have other hitters, because they do. In this case, Hinojosa able to put that one away. Ball back over on the Freer side. Now San Perlita working it. Karime Rojas, a big hit attempt. Covered, now a block at the net. Ball still alive, and they'll get it over on the angle. Spiked off the net, and a point scored for Freer. Heads up play that time. Both teams are battling for that rally. Serve across by Freer. Lady Trojans set up Rojas, two hands it over. Lady Buckaroos up by 4, looking for more. Spiked across. Back row there to play it for the Lady Trojans. Set up Karime Rojas. Spikes it, adds too much on it. Point scored, Freer goes up 5. Fans watching, please share this link to other fans as we try to keep the word rolling to other fans who may not know this game is going on. If you're not following our page, please do so. Follow and like our page on Rio Sports Live. Help us get the numbers where the advertisers will appreciate what we're doing here. Ball across and a big spike that carries out of bounds. They want a tip. It's Carolyn Hinojosa was lobbying for that tip ball off that big swing. San Perlita will serve it up. Jasmine Rodriguez. Short serve, pass by Cantu. They'll back set it to the middle. That's off the block. Played by San Perlita, ball still alive. Kinney to Garcia, tipped over. This time a pass by Uribe, and the net it goes. Your setter becomes the passer. A lot of times that just is not a good recipe in the sport of volleyball. Another serve across by Rodriguez. That's a diving play on the back row by Cantu to keep it alive. Rojas tips it over. Cantu with the pass. This time they'll set it up. Here's Hinojosa. Angles that out of bounds. Lady Trojans to within 2. Timeout called. Freer wants to talk it over. Game 2 continues after this.
Right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Back here in Kingsville, Texas, as game 2 of this best-of-5 series resumes. San Perlita trailing by 2 to the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Buckaroos took that timeout. Miscommunication on the back row. That carries out of bounds. It's now a 1-point game. 19-18. So often that race to 20 decides games. Jasmine Rodriguez will serve again for San Perlita, trying to tie it at 19 apiece. Good pass by Hinojosa. Set her up middle. Block back at you. Tie ball game. Karime Rojas on the block. Jasmine Rodriguez will serve. Circle this one. Again, that race to 20 doesn't always decide it, but oftentimes it does. Serve across. Cantu on the return to serve. Set it up off the net. Free ball for San Perlita. Set it up right side. Spiked across by Garcia. Point scored. Lady Trojans on top at 20-19. Aaliyah Garcia on the kill. San Perlita on the strength of the serving by Jasmine Rodriguez. Climbing back into this game 2. Rodriguez to serve again. Angles that over. Pass to the right side. Set it up middle. Tipped over. Played by Kinney. Ball back on the Buckaroo side. Spiked across again. Kinney there to dig that. Nieto races over. Sets it up. Kinney on the back row. Tips it over. 2 hits called. Tie game. Freer scores. That's 20-20. Substitution in the game for Freer. Back to the front row is Shelby Carpenter. Carpenter joins Hinojosa on that front row. Serve. Carries over the net. Point scored. Freer back on top by 1. 21-20. Cameron Cantu to serve. Deep serve this time. Kinney passes it. Still on the back row. Nieto back there. Garcia puts it over. Pass by Cantu. A jump set. Here's Hinojosa. Down it goes. Point scored. 2-point lead for Freer. Hinojosa again on that front row. Coming from that left side to put that one away. 2-point game. Cantu to serve. This is Cameron Cantu. Kinney with a pass. Stays on the back row. Kinney will have to help. Gets it over. Cantu the pass. Another set coming up here. Hinojosa has to back off of that. Kinney another pass. Nieto trying to set something up. Garcia tips it over. Ball up near the net. Spiked off the net. Punched back across. And point scored. San Perlita. Rime Rojas was right there. Aaliyah Garcia now steps back to serve. Modesta Garcia checks in the game on the front row for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. Aaliyah Garcia gets it across. Pass by Hinojosa. They'll set her up right side this time. And she puts it down. Hinojosa another kill. Finished off that rotation on the front row with 3 big kills. She'll rotate back to serve. 2-point game at 23-21. Carolyn Hinojosa has been lethal at the service line as well. Gets that across. Pass over to the sidelines and another ace. Lady Buckaroos now up 3 and more importantly 1 away from taking a commanding 2-0 lead here in this best of 5. Another serve, that's across the net. Rojas there to pass it. Helped on the back row by Araceli Nieto. Ball back on the San Perlita side. Megan Kinney to pass. Alyssa Nieto sets up Rojas. That's out of bounds. They call it a tip at first. Award the point. Lady Buckaroos win the game. 25-21, game 2 in the books. Game 3 continues after this.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Hi, we're Mission Veterans, and thank you for watching Real
At San Benito Vision Source, the optometry staff works around your busy schedule and take the time to answer your questions and concerns prior to a visit. Dr. Jaime Rodriguez and Dr. Laura Loki offering full vision examinations, diagnostics, and treatment of an array of eye diseases and conditions to keep your eyes healthy. Call the friendly staff today with questions or schedule a consultation. San Benito Vision Source. Back here on Rio Sports Live, we promoted all year after last March the San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament, which took place in October. Tournament this year raised over $6,000, raised to support San Perlita Trojans and Lady Trojans Athletics. Bogus Ford, Hook, Line, and Sinker, Laguna Madre Bates out of Port Mansfield. Host Chad and Erica Kinney, Dr. Bernie and Erica Carpio, Sandra and Ruben Garza Jr., the Snook Dude Charters. Shimano Kenji Yoshida also instrumental. There's an ace served up, and away we go to start game 3. San Perlita scores the first points. Other sponsors this year for the fishing tournament: Lucia and Richard Fisher, Ron Hoover Marine, James and Linda Dunks out of Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, Junior and Didi Rodriguez, BDS Sports, and Compadres Incorporated out of Victoria, Texas. Spike across by the Lady Trojans. A 2-0 lead on a kill by Aaliyah Garcia. Freer captured the first 2 games. San Perlita will have to dig deep here tonight in Kingsville. Megan Kinney to serve to start it up. Has 2 points. Serves this one to the back row. Pass forward, tipped over by Hinojosa. Lady Trojans on the attack. Garcia tips it over. Hinojosa on the second hit, spikes that over. Played by the Lady Trojans. They'll keep the ball alive. Kinney helps it. Free ball. Pass on the money this time. Uribe sets up Hinojosa. Past the blockers. That's out of bounds. Point scored. Went for the sideline. Just missed on the kill. Carolyn Hinojosa. Megan Kinney to serve it up for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. Just gets it across. That's an ace. 4-0 lead for the Lady Trojans. That's the way game 2 started, only it was Freer with the lead. They take a timeout. Back after this. Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83.
Right now, how about this 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia, loaded up with power everything, a rear camera, dual climate, and today it's yours, $1,000 down and just $450 a month. Or how about this, a 2014 Ford Mustang at 48,000 miles, leather seats, a shaker sound system, aftermarket exhaust, steering wheel controls, and a 5.0-liter engine. $23,999 today.
Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas. The timeout, the Lady Trojans trying to go right back on the attack. Nice dig that time by the Lady Buckaroos. Freer and San Perlita here in Kingsville. That pass in the net. Point scored, Lady Buckaroos. And Coach Franadami that time wasted no time nor energy as she came right at her club. After falling 4-0 here to start game 3, they respond, getting that point. Lady Buckaroos set up Hinojosa on the outside left. That's off the net. Point scored. No blockers in place to challenge that. Carolyn Hinojosa by far too strong a hitter to leave unchallenged across that front row. Pass by the Lady Trojans still on the back row. Free ball coming up for Freer. Good pass, a high set. Here's Hinojosa again. Back row there to play that for a moment, nothing doing. Another kill for Hinojosa. Aaliyah Garcia was trying to get in position to challenge that at the net, nothing doing. Another serve across. Ball back across. Hinojosa puts it down, ties the game at 4 apiece. Carolyn Hinojosa continues to thunder away. And now a 4-0 swing by the Lady Buckaroos. Chance for them to take the lead. Good pass this time by San Perlita. Set up Karime Rojas. Spangles it. Nice dig that time by Cameron Cantu. Here's Hinojosa again. Megan Kinney to dig that. Second hit over. Back row covers that. Pass up near the net. Two-handed over. Down the sideline. Good point scored. Hannah Vieira finds the right spot. Freer on a 5-0 run here in game 3. Serving continues for Michaela Uribe. Knuckleballs it over. Pass stays on the back row. Free ball again for the Lady Buckaroos. Cantu the pass. Off the net, Hinojosa this time spikes it over. Nieto was there to cover that. Rojas has to ease it over. Another chance here, a better set. Here comes Hinojosa. Nice dig that time on the back row, Alyssa Nieto. Another free ball. The pass, the set by Uribe. Hinojosa left hands that over. Karime Rojas there to carry that. They'll set her up. Two hands it over again. Free ball to Freer. High set middle. Spike back at you, and 4 hits called. Tie game at 5 apiece. The competitive edge throughout the first parts of game 1 and 2 didn't really extend itself until we got into double figures. So a close ball game early on is about the script so far here tonight. Here's Hinojosa, block back at you. Point scored, Lady Trojans, on a block that time by Karime Rojas. Lady Trojans to serve it up again. Jasmine Rodriguez to serve. Her at the service line. They scored several points last game. Spike by Rojas. That's covered nicely. Set it up middle. Here's Hinojosa. Tips it over. Garcia tips it on the back row. Played by Cantu for the Lady Buckaroos. Right side attempt. Block back at you. Point scored. Karime Rojas. Another block. San Perlita up 2. Jasmine Rodriguez to serve again. Deeper serve down the line. Played this time by Cantu. Off the net to Vieira. Gets it over. Good pass for San Perlita. High set back. Megan Kinney right down the middle. Dug by Lauren Garza. High middle set this time, and that carries out of bounds on a hit by Karen Carpenter. Kara Carpenter carries that off the back row. Another serve by San Perlita. Better set this time, and Hinojosa spikes it, dug by Jasmine Rodriguez. Nieto gets it over. Free ball. Cantu the pass. The set by Uribe on a back set, tipped over on the San Perlita side. Garcia. Here's Rojas instead. Hits it over. Dug nicely, but a play over as a free ball for San Perlita. Ball near the back row. Set it up for Rojas. Good approach. Angles it out of bounds. Went for the big swing on that back corner. Carries out. Lady Buckaroos to serve as Cameron Cantu. Knuckleballs won that to the back row. Played up forward. Here's Aaliyah Garcia. Spikes it. Ball back on the San Perlita side. Nieto the pass. Rojas the set. Garcia tips it over the blockers. Covered nicely. And that's a lift. Point scored San Perlita. They're up 3. 9-6. And if you're the Lady Trojans, this is where you have to extend this lead. Got a couple of things going for you. Carolyn Hinojosa is on the front row, but she'll rotate back after the next rotation. So if you can score any points here, advantage when she rotates back. Here's Hinojosa trying to put this one away. Covered that time by San Perlita. Free ball. The pass, the high set, back set. Here's Hinojosa, puts it down. Point scored for Freer. And that's been characteristic of Carolyn Hinojosa. Her final hit across the front row rotation, usually a big kill, and then she serves up a couple of points. Seems to edge her team with a little confidence. Freer on the attack here. Set it up for Avalar, tips it over. Rojas there to cover that. They'll set up Karime Rojas, spikes it down and in. Points scored. San Perlita up 10-7. Karime Rojas will now rotate back to serve. So your 2 primary hitters right now on the night for the 2 teams back on the back row as Rojas will serve. Carolyn Hinojosa back on the back row for the Lady Buckaroos. Deep serve. Cantu the pass. Uribe the set. Tipped and a block back at you, and points scored. San Perlita goes up at 11-7. Karime Rojas will serve again for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. Line drive serve, played by the Buckaroos. Right side spike, played by San Perlita, nobody there. Points scored for the Buckaroos, 11-8. Again, the San Perlita Booster Club and their fishing tournament this year raised over $6,000. They're assisting and sponsoring tonight's game. Folks responsible, Marcos Garza, Roger Bacon, and Sunbelt Sales, the Sportsman, Stinky Pants Stingers, Johnny's True Value, Drake Waterfowl Gear, Kay Wiggler, Dargell Boats, Jeff and Bev Johnson, and Texas Inside Fishing Report. Another point scored by the Freer Buckaroos. Lady Bucks now down 2 at 11-9. They lead 2-0 in this best of 5 series, and they'll serve again. Meanwhile, there's a pause. They'll reset this for Hannah Vieta. Now her serve across. The pass carries out of bounds. That's an ace. 11-10, Lady Bucks back to within 1. Vieta, a junior, serves it up again. Good pass this time by San Perlita. They'll set it up off the net. Aaliyah Garcia from the back row. Hinojosa there to dig that. Nothing doing on the pass. Point scored. San Perlita up 2 at 12-10. Back to serve is Alyssa Nieto. Nieto for the Lady Trojans of San Perlita. Short serve, pass up over the net, and a point scored. Lady Trojans up 13-10. With Carolyn Hinojosa back on the back row in the middle, there's 2 more rotations through before she's to the front row. Advantage San Perlita if they can score points here with her on that back row. If the Buckaroos can get something and move this rotation along and stay within striking distance, that's where they've made it hurt and won those first 2 games. Spike attempt by Avalar, and that's in. Big kill, Lauren Avalar, the senior. 2-point game. Checking in is Kara Carpenter on the front row for the Lady Buckaroos. Back to serve. Shelby Carpenter. Deep serve. Kinney with a pass. Modesta Garcia has to help out. Megan Kinney puts it over. Ball back on the Freer side. A high set right side and a spike across. Another kill for Lauren Avalar. 1-point game at 13-12. In games 1 and 2, this was the turning point. Freer taking control and then not relenting, hanging on to that lead. Kinney with a pass. A high set. Megan Kinney comes up, tips it over. Played by the Lady Buckaroos. A jump set this time, spiked over by Carpenter. And a lift is called. Points scored. We're tied at 13 apiece. Timeout called, San Perlita. Game 3 continues. Freer on top in the series, all tied up in game 3.
La Feria Cafe. Great food made to order. Handmade tortillas daily. Breakfast, lunch, and Friday stop in for supper. The La Feria Cafe, open 7 days a week off of Business 83 in La Feria, Texas.
Hi, I'm Coco East High School. Thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Another point scored by Freer. They're up 14-13 here as we return to play in game 3 from Kingsville. Megan Kinney gets it over. Buckaroos on the attack. High set outside right. Block back at you. Nice coverage that time. Shelby Carpenter able to dig that, but a point scored for San Perlita. Ties it at 14 apiece. And right now, as the Lady Trojans check in Maya Duarte to serve, it's a tie game. Carolyn Hinojosa ready to rotate to the front row on the next Points scored for the Lady Buckaroos. Advantage Buckaroos once she gets there. Trojans set it up for Megan Kinney. Tips it over. Paid by Cantu. A high set to the middle. Tipped over. Covered by Nieto. Garcia tries to become the setter. Rodriguez puts it over. Cantu the pass again. Uribe the set. A good set for Carpenter. Puts it down. Point scored. Freer goes up one at 15-14. And now Carolyn Hinojosa rotates to the front row. Service time for Lauren Avalar. It's an ace. Freer on top by 2. The recipe is right there for the Lady Buckaroos. If you're San Perlita, you have to dig extremely deep defensively here. Any offensive chance you get, you had better produce. Pass across. Freer will set it up. Hinojosa gets the set middle. Spikes it down and in. Point scored. Freer up 3 at 17-14. Our thanks again to the San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament sponsors who helped us in getting this game covered. Were it not for their gracious donation, we would not have been here tonight to cover this game. Megan Kinney carries that out of bounds. Freer up 4 at 18-14. Lady Buckaroos now poised, up 2 games to none. A lot of advantage in their side of the court as Lauren Avalar serves it again. Deep serve. Played on the back row by Duarte. Ball back across on the Buckaroo side. Cantu the pass. Uribe the set. Hinojosa spikes it, and it's played by San Perlita. Good dig that time defensively. Cantu another pass. Another set by Uribe. Back set this time. In the net it goes on a hit by Carpenter. Point scored, San Perlita. Lady Trojans down 3 as Megan Kinney steps back to serve. Kinney to serve it up for the Lady Trojans. Pass near the middle of the court. One-handed into the net. Point scored. Lady Trojans to win 2. 18-16. Kinney's serving. If she can keep him off balance, she can keep this Lady Buckaroo team from getting that big set to Carolyn Hinojosa on that left side outside. A pass by Hinojosa. That's saved by the Buckaroos. Ball on the Trojan side. Golden chance here to score. Here's Romas. Tips it to the back corner. Cantu there to cover it. Free ball for San Perlita. Pass again up near the net. Garcia tips it over, and point scored is in the net. Freer. 1-point game at 18-17. Lady Trojans to serve as Kinney steps back to the line again. Megan Kinney. Good pass this time. Set right side off the block. Kinney punches that up in the air. Nice dig that time for the Lady Trojans. Here comes Hinojosa. Good approach. Puts it down. Carolyn Hinojosa. Too good a look that time as she carried that through. 2-point lead. Served by Uribe. Played by the Lady Trojans. Rojas. That's blocked and in the net. Called on Rojas. Point scored for Freer. Lady Trojans up at 20-17. They won the first one 25-17. Won the second one 25-21. Pass by the Lady Trojans. Here's Rojas off the net. Tips it over the blockers. Hinojosa to cover that. Tipped again on the Freer side. Hinojosa spikes it anyway. Scores the point. Carolyn Hinojosa didn't have to wait for a set that time. 4-point lead. Lady Buckaroos to serve again. Pass this time by the Lady Trojans. Garcia to Rodriguez. Free ball. Freer will set it up. Hinojosa spikes it on the angle. Scored the point. Freer Lady Buckaroos now up at 22-17. Another serve by Michaela Uribe. The senior knuckleballs it over. That's a near ace. And it is a point scored. Freer up 23-17. Michaela Uribe will serve again. Gets it across. Pass this time by the Lady Trojans. Rodriguez puts it to the back row. That's in. A narrow margin there. Lauren Garza thought about playing that. Thought it might go out. Let it roll. Jasmine Rodriguez to serve for San Perlita. Down by 5. Knuckleball over. Played back on the San Perlita side. Kinney the pass. The set for Rojas off the net. 2 hands it over. Freer there to play that. Set it up. Here's Hinojosa blocked and point scored. Karime Rojas on the block. 4-point game. Imperative for San Perlita. You got to get to 23. You're down 4. You give up that next point, and the Freer 1 away from winning this. Punched over. Lady Trojans on the attack. Set up Aaliyah Garcia. Spikes it, and it is tipped. Point scored. San Perlita. 23-20. Again, I can't stress how important it is on the San Perlita side. They have to get to 23 right here. You don't. Your opponent has 24. They're 1 away from winning. You got to play perfect volleyball. Freer, a lot of advantages still on the Buckaroo side. Pass still on the back row. Hinojosa helps it. Free ball for San Perlita. Kinney the pass. Ball up at the net. Here's Garcia. Reaches back. Spikes it. Cantu there to dig it. Here's Hinojosa, spikes it. Nice dig by Rodriguez. Rojas tries to tip it, punches it, and point scored. Freer up 24-20. Hinojosa rotates back to serve. But check that, she's not serving yet. As Cameron Cantu will serve. 1 away, Freer from the sweep. Cantu serves it, short serve. Played by Garcia. Set up Garcia off the net. 1 hands it over. Played by Freer. Here comes Hinojosa, checked up from the right side. Spike down, point scored. Freer wins it. 25-20. The Freer Lady Buckaroos advance on to round 4 of the playoffs. 25-20 your final. It was a close ball game, but in reality, Freer maintained control of the lead and the series, winning the first 2 games and then capturing game 3. Final score 25-20. Again from Kingsville, Texas, as coach talks to her players, Fran Adame. Our Hacienda Ford, she has it, player of the game, will be sophomore Carolyn Hinojosa for the Freer Lady Buckaroos. Congratulations on her efforts and propelling her team on. Congratulations for the San Perlita Lady Trojans. What a season this volleyball team had, capturing the district crown. They'll say goodbye to seniors Megan Kinney, Reseda Maldonado, Maya Duarte, Karime Rojas, and Modesta Garcia. This was a senior-heavy team that tastes defeat here in round 3 of the playoffs in the state of Texas 2019. Again, our thanks to the San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament sponsors. Their donations helped us bring you this broadcast. Mustang Cat out of League City, Texas. Billy Girk out of Forever Last. Getaway Lodge out of Port Mansfield. Bogus Ford, Hook, Line, and Sinker. The Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield. The hosts Chad and Erica Kinney. Dr. Bernie and Erica Carpio. Sandra and Ruben Garza Jr. at Snook Dude Charters. Shimano by Kenji Yoshida. Ron Hoover Marine, Lucia and Richard Fisher, James and Melinda Dunks, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, Junior and Didi Rodriguez, BDS Sports, Compadres Incorporated out of Victoria, Texas, Marcos Garza, Roger Bacon and Sunbelt Sales, The Sportsman, Stinky Pants Stringers, Johnny's True Value, Drake Waterfall Gear, K Wiggler, Dargell Boats, Jeff and Bev Johnson, Texas Insider Fishing Report. $6,000 raised to support the San Perlita Trojans and Lady Trojans Athletics, the San Perlita Booster Club, again, donating funds and efforts to help us broadcast this game. That'll do it for tonight's broadcast. The Freer Lady Buckaroos are victorious over San Perlita Lady Trojans, 25-20. For Rudy Zamaripa Jr. at the camera, I'm Joe Bowling, reminding you, high school basketball fans, we got tournament action coming your way on Thursday morning from Wesco East, and we're trying to get a second crew out to La Jolla. Till next time, from Kingsville, Texas, good night.